Welcome back to ARK Omega. It's been 100 days, but we're not done yet. In fact, we've only just started. The first thing on our list of things to do is to get our Hellstorm, the unique Alpha Fire Wyvern, to Ancient tier. All we need to do is fight the Hellstorm God. And that guy didn't really stand much of a chance, as you can see right here. We just absolutely obliterated that guy's face. No one won't even recognize him. And with that unique God Soul, Hellstorm has now become one with the Ancients. And with no levels or power guns, he seems to hit like an absolute monster. After that little test run, it was time to search for a Disruptor Dino, because Luckies are on the menu tonight, or at least some night very soon, or even someday very soon. But they have like mega dodge chance, and Disruptor is like the perfect way to bypass that. As well as some Banshee Dinos, because Banshee cause curses and curses multiply the damage that enemies take, and we need that to bypass both damage reduction and just to cause more damage, because more damage means more fun, I think. On my way to this Banshee Dillo, I found something that I will never find again in probably forever, so I need to make use of this opportunity and get that saddle token for the potion compy, or just any compy in general. On. Also, I just want to mention that I will pretend I did not see that Ichthyonis stole 4,000 ultimate health potions from me.
I'm just a little shook up, that's all that is.
But hey, at least I got a prime Banshee Dillo to cause curses. I spent most of the next day here at the Omega Beacon using a bunch of ethereal souls in hopes of getting a Disruptor. Any Disruptor would do. After about 5,000 souls, I finally got this guy. So I was sure to get it, because it's the only good Disruptor that exists on the map now. Then I summoned in a whole bunch of bosses from all of the different variant groups that I haven't fought bosses in yet. And now it was time to fight their group gods. Starting with the Nightmare one, of course. Yep, that's what I'm talking about. And after all those group gods were taken down, I wanted to fight one of every titan to get that player rank. The hit happened just there we go, little buddy. Nice. And with the final titan taken down, I have now risen through the ranks once again, just like back in the day, but this time someone else is to blame for all of the unsanctioned events, because I am not going to get caught in that crossfire this time. Now that I have risen through those ranks, it was time to take on some lucky bosses, because I kinda feel lucky, if you know what I mean. And then they're gods, of course, because we have a jackpot to take down. And it's just a normal lucky god, so without the element sickness, I was able to do just fine with the disruption and the 3 stacks of curses. But we will be seeing a lot more jackpots later on. And I ain't talking about basic ones. Being able to take on the basic Lucky God so easily, I decided to step it up to 10x and to fight the Prime version instead. All I needed was the souls, which I got first, and now we are here. Of course, it took longer than I wanted to because, you know, no element sickness for max deeps. And silly me, of course, wanted to step it up even further because I'm a dum-dum. So, Omega Jackpot is soon going to exist, and possibly forever.
Right.
Of course, that Omega Jackpot battle took the entire day, so I fought a bunch of different bosses under the moonlight that night. And now we are here with all of these god souls. Yeah, these were gods that I had fought before, but I needed to fight again because the group god souls I had used to summon those two unique group gods that we fought before. I needed to battle them again for their trophies because I already have their trophies on display, and since they are on display, we can no longer interfere with them, if you know what I mean. So I need fresh new trophies because you know what we're gonna do with 6 unique group god trophies at some point, right? No? Okay, well, I won't spoil it then. Okay, fine. Never mind. That's a big monkey. Oh no. It is mythical, so it's... okay, never mind, it's gone. Ethereal can turn us around. Yes, if you're wondering why I was able to damage Infinity with the Cosmic Wyvern, it's because it has a cursed saddle that has the harvesting variant on it. Now for the big one, the real one, the one battle that I have been fearing for this whole time, a battle so sinful that it might just be the end of this entire team. Well, there's no point in waiting, it's about time we need to get past this in order to do anything further, so it is time to face the sinful sin. I need to hit him first. Alright. Yeah, I think everybody else is gonna get destroyed because the Guardian Bubble is no longer here.
No! God!
Yeah, okay, fine.
No! God, please, no! No!
That's why the Wyvern can't work.
No!
Otherwise, that Wyvern is gonna die. I need something that is naturally immune to fear, I think. Is there anything that's already immune to fear? Nope. I don't know. I know that was gonna happen. Give me the saddle. Well, I guess we're gonna have to take this one solo. Look at the damage reduction he has. Dude, this is actually worse than that Omega Apocalypse. Yeah, this is actually worse than that Omega Apocalypse. I'm not even going to remove the Infinity Stone, because if I do that, I'll end up in a completely different map. Yeah, and I think I know why Zodiac is more powerful than Sin, and that's because you kind of need to fight Sin technically as Zodiac. Oh look, the bleed.
Well, that went very well, I thought.
Now that Sin's been taken down at the cost of everything I have, I know now that I will lose everything every time I fight him, and that's just the basic form. Haha! Now that I know that my tank is not much of a tank when it comes to Sinness, I needed to get better. And well, there was this on the map, so I went for that. It was suggested that I tackle this mod, which will allow us to get all the power guns in the world. Just by having one of them, it will cut down 99% of the farming and therefore 99% of the boredom of this mod. So I think it's a win-win. What's your thoughts on this? Now that I finally got a power gun soul for the Titanotherium, I can finally do what we need to do, which is get all the power guns and fight the unique god for the saddle, mostly because of that element variant, and then tear the guy up to be the ultimate immovable object. And all of these mutators that were once used for breeding has now been repurposed to imprinting instead. So a thing about Alpha Fire Wyvern's Fire Breath, it doesn't work if it starts doing an amount of damage beyond a certain amount, which is a certain amount of damage beyond a certain amount, which I have no idea what it is, but this Hellstorm, being ancient, no longer does damage with its breath. I'm gonna assume that Galactus, the Cosmic Wyvern, is gonna have the same problem. Then I fought the Guardian God for its soul once more to turn the Titanotherium into a Guardian variant, and with the Indestructor soul from before into an Ancient Guardian. And then that for Ancients. And then all of the power guns, due to a particular mod I mentioned before. That way, this day is not day 200 instead. And the statsing, well, I called it statsing. What would you have called it? And now for the battle of the immovable objects. Remember that Alpha Fairy Palovia? Yeah, it's time to start working on that guy, because I need this guy to be a mythical. Then I went for this Tornado Salmon Saber. Yes, I said Salmon Saber, apparently it exists. Because of that unique saddle, it allows it to perform multiple banshees in quick succession. And it is needed for all of those curses. I don't know if I could like headshot it. Are you joking? Well, that could have been terrible. Then with a whole bunch of Disruptor souls, yes, using that particular mod of course, I wanted to try to get a Disruptor Salmon to try to see if I can breed them with the Gene Splicer to get that Disruptor Salmon Saber, which would be absolutely perfect. Alpha. Mosa. Another Mosa! Finally, as soon as I said that, I wasn't gonna get it. I don't know where you are now though. But you know what I always say about something that's too perfect.
Oh, no, 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 no.
7. Are you joking?
You get nothing!
Knowing that I had taken on an Omega Apocalypse, I wanted to try a different Omega unique group god. Of course, not the sinful one, that is definitely out of our league right now. But first I need to take on all of the Omega bosses and the gods, and the Omega group gods as well. Nice. I fought the Omega Mythical God 3 times because I needed 1 soul for the Perlovia to turn it into a mythical and 2 for the unique group god. Yes, you can use 2 of the same if you use a particular tool that will allow you to do it. Right. And now Omega Anima is upon us. Hopefully we can make his face unrecognizable as well. God damn, man. Right. No, 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 no. That was a waste of all of the things. Yeah, I ended up on top of the Titanosaurium. That could have been like extremely deadly. I want to get
How about new?
So it is day 116 now, and the first thing was to get a good saddle for that mythical Perlovia. And I think a 41% damage reduction on an ancient imbued armor, while not the best, it certainly is up there. What do you think about the ability damage increase on this one? Would you believe I passed that up? Yep, okay, so there apparently is a cap on the breath damage? Or does it just completely bug out? I don't know. Whatever is going on with them, but okay. There seems to be a damage cap on the breath or a bug out meter on it. And I think I have maxed out the bugging out gauge. After seeing that those Alpha Fire Wyvern's breath attack has a bug out meter and me already completely maxing that meter out, I know that I need to replace these wyverns. Most of my time went into just looking at the Omega decks and a bunch of other random things here in the Omega guide, trying to figure out how to replace them. Not how to replace them, but what to replace those wyverns with. And next thing I know, it was nighttime. So I came over here to the Omega Beacon to summon a bunch of random things to see what big boy dinos I could find. Well, I found an Amargosaurus that has a unique saddle that can create starfires with each of its spike attacks. So of course I decided to go for it, and what do you know? After I knock it out, it turns out it doesn't even eat Omega unique kibble. And if this won't tame it, nothing else would, right? So I had to say bye-bye to that. So, let me give you the rundown of the other dinos I found. Tis a Dodo Reaper. Tis a Dodo Reaper. Why are you being launched halfway across the universe? I'm getting lots of Reapers today, it seems. Ouch. That just got launched across the universe. Not even sure where it is. How's it felt with Rex? Ah. Oh. Oh no, you launched yourself across the universe as well. Okay, after this one I need to go back to get more souls. Wow. Well, this is the new biggest thing we've gotten. Alpha Omega Neo. An alpha carcinus. This is now the biggest thing I have. Oh no.
Oh yes.
Oh no. I am not passing this up. I am not passing this up. This is a good summon. I'm overheating? Yeah, that's a normal thing. These are the things that I got. It took about 100 summons, by the way, over the course of about 2 hours, maybe? Yeah, I just spent like about, what, 10,000 unstable souls? These are the things I got. Giga. This random guy here, I'm not too sure what we're gonna do with that. A Dodo Reaper, which is a Zytharian critter, I'm pretty sure. And this was the last thing I got. All from Omega Beacon summons. Now that I have some big boy teams here, I feel pretty confident now. Of course, all of the power guns are still missing, but at least I have the teams already there. Just gotta fight a whole bunch of jackpots in hopes of getting those souls, and once we do, we'll be in good hands, I think. But it is time to break down a whole bunch of these Paragon souls to get some Paragon shards, because Zodiac is right around the corner. I can see him sneaking peeks, and I don't like it. He must stop living. So the Wyvern, this is Cosmic. So we need anything that isn't in Cosmic or Nature right now. That's Rage. Okay, that is good. That's for utility, that's good. 242. That is Mythical. That is good. Though we could use the Palovia. Spiritual is Infinity, so we don't want this. I believe that is also ethereal. Okay. Wood, resource, that's indestructors. Okay, I'll come back for that. Let me just put this here. So all I need now is elemental or unstable. Either elemental or unstable. Yeah, technically we have all of these guys who are unstable, but I need to tear them up and Paragon them as well. That's Guardian, no. Elemental, okay, good. So now I have all 6 unique groups, or at least a variant from each of the 6 different unique groups, which means I now have everything to take on Zodiac, because I have all 6 trophies from before. So now I'm here at the Omega Altar with the team fully ready to take on Zodiac. And away we go. Oh yeah, of course it is. He's gonna stay over there. I won't be able to hit him from here, will I? Okay. Oh, that actually hit him. Okay. Now I need to turn around. Indestructible, by the way. That is resource. So drop this now. God damn. I'm keeping the bigger ability for when it enters the phase where it's going to summon a billion things. Summoner, yeah, this is where I am going to need to use. God damn it. It's a good thing I put the The Infinity Stone. That is why I kept the big one. A godlike guardian god is what it can summon. It summoned something 100 times bigger than it. What? If I dismount, I will like get unstable and elemental now. Right. Let me just move back a little bit. Right. Just to be able to hit you. Right, you're immune to the element. Right. I'm too far. Am I still gonna be protected? Yeah, I am. Okay, why? Right, so you are immune to that, yeah. Right, what day was it? 122, right? So, I need to remember to set it back to that. Or 123, actually. Because this guy is gonna skip days. Ah, you are affected by the fear. I don't know what's gonna happen with that though. Because I don't know if the bubble is going to like go away. Because if it does, everybody there might actually get destroyed. All the polluters are still buried, that's good. It's not, doesn't seem to be as difficult as actual sin. There we go. That's one Zodiac done. And look at what the day number is. Now that I have a Zodiac soul, I could unique groupify, I said that, one of the dinos that I have that is already a group variant. The question is, does the Cosmic Wyvern get it to become apocalyptic, or the Titanosaur get it to become indestructible? I wasn't sure who to feed the soul to. And I saw that the 6 trophies are still here in the altar. Not sure if that's a bug or not, but hey, if it's here and I can get more Zodiac souls, I'm definitely gonna do that. I need to go a little closer to you? No, I don't. Why does he have to turn us around, man? You know what? How about that? There's like 12 different Zodiacs there now. I definitely can't let screw-ups like this happen when I'm taking on the higher versions of it. If it has a higher version. Yep. Nice. Those meteors really hit hard. That should be it. Yeah. Now I have an ancient apocalyptic alpha fire wyvern and an ancient indestructible Titanoceratotherium. Nice. Also, if you didn't know, because I didn't know, the indestructible dinos have a bigger bubble radius. So, yeah. I came back here later that day to fight some paragon gods in hopes of getting paragons for the creatures that I do not have any paragons for yet. Then, with too much Disruptor Souls to count, I started summoning Disruptor Dinos in hopes of getting one that can also cause curses or some sort of damage increasing effects with their unique saddle. The ones that I'm looking for in particular are the Alpha Aranya, which you're seeing here, and an Alpha Basilisk. Yeah, I said Alpha Basilisk because its attacks, its spit attack, can cause curses with its unique saddle. Of course, I did not get that. If this really does apply curse with its webs, that's nice. And while I did not get that Disruptor Alpha Basilisk, I got something almost as good. This is too rare to not let go. This is too rare to let go, I mean. And only because it's a Disruptor Manticore, this would be our first Darkness Dino. Whenever I get to that point. The next day I summoned in a whole bunch of endless lucky bosses. Mostly because of those Paragon bosses, and if possible a few cursed bosses as well. Of course, because cursed bosses are the 7th variant, I did not get a single darn one. Then I fought a whole bunch of Omega lucky bosses and gods to fight an Omega jackpot once again. The main reason now is, well, for whatever souls I would get and essence, and specifically Paragons and Paragon Breakers. Because all the dinos I got can only go to Paragon 50 right now, and they can still get 50 more Paragon levels. Believe it or not, that actually was still faster than the first time I fought it. I spent most of the next day doing this and Paragoning the Alpha Aranya to level 50 so that he can take on the Saddle God in some finite amount of time. And because I summoned the Saddle God during the day and it has Ghost variant, of course I waited right here all day so that I could fight it at night. And after all that trouble, guess what? It does not apply curses with its webs as the saddle says it should, which means we have a different problem on our hands now. But hey, don't forget, I am the man with the plan. I will think of something at some point, eventually, maybe, in some universe. The next day, we had a bit of a plan, well, mostly the chat at least, for big damage. It was a Nightmare Triceratid, except there's no Triceratids anywhere that were Nightmare variant, so I had to go get the Eurypterid and the Trike, which I did. Now, because I don't have a Eurypterid Paragon soul, I had to fight a whole bunch of endless Paragon bosses and their gods in hopes of getting one, which I did not. But at least there were a few Paragon Eurypterids on the map, which I did not know about, which was very nice. Now, to do the usual stuff we will have to do for every single dino going forward and backward, then to fight the Saddle God for the unique saddle, then the Nightmare God to turn this into a Nightmare group variant, and with the Sin Soul I had, this guy became ancient, and with that unique saddle, this is the kind of damage that he's doing. Which sounds like too much damage, right? But what truly is too much damage in ARK Omega? Maybe one day we will find out. All of those different unstable variant gods I fought, I noticed I had some explosive god souls. So I was sure to feed one to each of the different explosive dinos I have here, waiting to be unleashed. Well, technically they're not leashed at all, but you know, I think you get what I mean, right? The main reason for this Triceratid as a bit of a bridge between whatever the damage is that we were doing and ultra level damage. This Triceratid is like hopefully somewhere between that. And with that we are fighting some godlike loot gods to then fight, yes, godlike jackpot. Well, that's how we test this guy, and we need those Paragon Breakers. And still missing some Paragon souls, of course. Always. We're never gonna get all of them, are we? Jackie boy, there you are. Come on, say hello to the team. Right. Yeah. That's what I was trying to do this whole time. Right. This Dilo needs to move back a little bit. Yeah, yeah. See? Why did that need to be so difficult? Then on fighting a second one, for whatever reason, the Disruptor Velo died. Why? Probably because he wasn't aggressive or something and I did not know. So that jackpot fight did not happen. So far I had gotten about 25 Paragon Breakers and decided to turn them into Titanosaur Ethereum ones so that we can tankify that guy a bit more, because I want to see how we can do against an endless jackpot.
But why? Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
And well, you know, it could be worse. Of course this battle took the entire day. Did you really think it was going to take any less time than that? But then I realized something. I found a way to determine what too much damage would be. Something, anything, or a team that could take down an endless jackpot in less than 10 seconds. Any team that could do that is a Bossman team. Remember that Salmon Saber that I got how many number of days ago? Yeah, today is his day. We're gonna fight that saddle god to get that saddle for him to become either a Banshee or a Frenzy. Hopefully it's a Banshee, so that he can cause curses like there is no tomorrow. And it is also the day of the Tech Reaper Queen. Okay, maybe today is his day then, right? Because those paragoning and statsing took quite a long time. Because I did that for 2 dinos, remember? It's not that it would have been any different if it was for 1 dino alone, but hey, yeah. Get out of here, you super donkey. There we go. It is no more, is what it is. And now to see the damage that the Tech Reaper Queen can do with her unique saddle. Okay, yeah, wrong footage. This is not the dino I thought it was. It was supposed to be the Dodo Reaper Queen, not this abomination. Yeah, so the actual unique saddle that I thought I was going for was the saddle for the Dodo Reaper. As in, I mixed up the 2 saddles. This is the one that I was supposed to go for, not the Tech Reaper Queen's. But hey, another day, another unique saddle. That's what I always say. No, that was the meltdown ability. So this is the damage I was talking about. Or what I thought I was talking about. And I know it goes without saying, but I kinda expected better from that. Also, why does everybody talk about unique Trilobite spirit? Why does everybody keep talking about that unique Trilobite spirit? Huh? Because of the supernova ability? Ah, come on. What does it do? 40 billion damage? Ah, that's once every 15 seconds, man. I'm sure we could do better than that. Also, everybody uses unique Trilobite spirit. I'm not gonna do that. Like, come on, dude. It's just a Trilobite with what? A 24x multiplier? An endless supernova Trilobite would be just as good as this dude. But guess what? A Trilobite's a Trilobite. A normal Rex would do more damage than that. The next day I came back here to fight a whole bunch of lucky bosses again. Yes, I know, repetition is kicking in. Some endless Paragon gods before, but mostly for, specifically, cursed bosses, which I only got like one of in 70 bosses, because the cursed gods give artifacts, and we need that in order to fight darkness. And then more jackpots again, because, you know, paragon breakers. But hey, you saw this fight already, I won't show it again unless we can do it much faster. Well, it's time to fight that darkness. I'm pretty sure we could do this, right? We should be able to. It shouldn't be able to damage me, right? Well, I hope so. Can it be disrupted? Antimatter reduces, resets the cooldown on everything, yes. No. Is it immune to curse? Can't, what? Yeah. It is immune to curse as well. Very well. Oh. What? Why is he... Oh, come on, now he's over there. Oh. From that I got a darkness trophy, which probably doesn't have a use, and a darkness soul, which can be used to summon the protector and the destroyer, in this case for land. Two different bosses, but at the same time. That is the only thing I can do with this darkness soul, so I'm probably gonna hold on to that for some time, because I'm probably not prepared for that. The next day I summoned a whole bunch of prime bosses from all the different variant groups, and also with those souls from the bosses, the god versions. And also their group gods, also of prime tier as well, for multiple reasons, the souls of course, and the god essence. That's bleed, man. That prime alchemy soul was for this godlike Alpha Reaper Queen, to make it ancient, because it is one of our most highly anticipated and possibly one of the greatest themes we can get as well. I got no idea. But hey, one day we will find out, once I get the Paragon Souls. Then I went back to the old boss arena to take on some endless unstable variant bosses. Huh? It actually activates all at the same time, wow. Interesting. I thought it would have done it once, one by one. Okay, well, that was good. See how he's not activating it, but it don't matter. And now to face the endless unstable group god, which is, I guess, not gonna be as difficult as a Omega jackpot, but still. That's actually the one I should have fought last, the Omega jackpot, but I did it first. Oh, I'm not sure. I don't even want to know. Right. And now this Alpha Reaper Queen is more unstable than that plutonium core under my bed. You never heard that. I came back to fight Zodiac once again because with its soul, the Alpha Reaper Queen will become an alchemist. Just like that friend I had back in the day. Yeah, he's no more. Hopefully this Alpha Reaper Queen will not dissolve herself like that friend I had. Not sure what he was trying. Still missing Paragon Souls for certain species, so I wouldn't say anything more about this day. But I will say one thing though. 84% of the time I try to get the disruption with the 3 stacks of curses and the element sickness. The element sickness is nowhere to be found. Ah, day 141. It's a perfect day, don't you think? Yeah, it's a perfect day because something perfect entered the world. Oh yes, baby. It's happening.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. What's the
Procedure, everyone. What's the procedure?
Stay calm.
Wait.
Everybody, calm down.
Right. God damn. It has all of the abilities together in one. It also has Phoenix.
Well, duh.
Okay, next time fight this with just a tank alone. Okay. Okay, so clearly the strike is not good enough for this.
Well, that went very well, I thought.
I like this. Well, that's good. Now I know that what I have wouldn't work. Nice. Well, feeling a bit sour after that perfect Zodiac, I waited for him to despawn, and by despawn I mean remove him from the map with a dino wipe, so that I can come back here to these Omega beacons, and just started summoning a whole bunch of nightmare creatures in hopes of getting something better than that Triceratid. I kept getting a bunch of garbage at first and at last, and between first and last throughout the entire thing, but out of 200,000 nightmare souls, a few of them managed to hit the spot. And if I'm gonna be taking on bosses like that and higher tiers of it, I'm definitely gonna need more health potions, so I was sure to craft all of those right away. That night I noticed there was a different kind of a salmon tooth saber on the map, one that doesn't have an ability that uses stamina, causing all of my curses not to work when I want them to. So I was sure to get this one so that the one that I do have can be replaced. The next day as I was heading back home, I spotted this little guy. This one being a spiritual, it means it won't take any extra damage at night like the nightmare one that I got before. Then I found myself in a bit of a berry rush. If you don't know what that means, it's a time where you have 0 berries and need about 100,000. Good thing this strider with the harvesting rig exists. After I tamed it, I brought it back, placed a few tech dedicated storages down to link it so it would only harvest berries, and it was time to harvest. By the time I was done, it was almost the end of the next day, where I had about 300,000 both in stimberries and narcoberries. I think that's a win-win. Then after gathering a whole bunch of flint and stone, I made this much stimulant. A nice amount. And this much narcotics. Nice. Can only be damaged by variants of the cosmic group. Contains reward 3 unique tokens. Cosmic group. This is apocalyptic. We should be able to do this. Absolutely obliterated. Okay. After taking down that Steinbjorn, I went to fight a whole bunch of lucky bosses because I need to get some of those Paragon bosses to show up, which they did. And after that, I fought them all on Endless tier. And then those gods for whatever random Paragon souls I can get, because remember, I only need 1 of that specific Paragon soul now. With all the Paragon Breakers I've been collecting from the jackpot kills, I got the Titanosaur all the way to Paragon 100 for maximum tankiness. Oh yeah, this dragon was one of those nightmare creatures I got along with the Alpha Reaper Queen that I showed earlier. It was back to the endless Paragon God farming because, you know, Paragon souls, as there's a few I'm still missing, one for the dragon, the Manticore, even that Alpha Deathworm, and the Alpha Reaper Queens, and also if possible a unicorn for some experimentation. If I ever get the legendary saddle, that is. Yup, still going at it. This is another set again. Nothing like bad RNG to get your day started, am I right? And nothing like bad RNG to keep it going. Tired of the Paragon grind, I searched for some mini bosses, you know, just for a change of pace and to do something aside from fighting those Paragon gods and not getting the Paragon souls that I want. I did get a saddle token for a Phoenix though, but I don't have any Phoenixes. But I was able to eventually get Alpha Reaper Queen Paragon souls from one of those Paragon gods. So it was time to test out the aliens. And with 66.6 billion health with no tamed levels, this guy is most definitely the strongest thing that I have seen so far. And if you're wondering, just so you know, if you're wondering why I don't go for things like ancient spirits and ancient solars and all those little boys, is because they don't stand a chance against endless sin. And that is one of the goals this time. So, if you think ancient spirit could survive endless sin, be sure to let me know down in the comments. Same thing for ancient solar. And remember when every time we get a new team, we would test it on a basic boss? Yeah, we're in big boy territory now. So any new team we get, we test on an endless boss. And the same criteria stands. If it survives, it's good. If it doesn't, well, bye-bye. Okay. Of course, it being an Alpha Reaper Queen and it does have a unique saddle, we of course need to get that at some point. After complete leveling, this is what the stats are. Oh, this is gargantuan, yo. Okay. With the saddle becoming ascendant, we now need to imbue it for the best possible things we can find in some reasonably finite amount of time. And while that 67% increase in melee damage is very tempting, that is nothing. But this saddle, these imbues, this is where the real damage is at. A thing about the Alchemist Alpha Reaper Queen, the spin attack that it could have been able to do, yeah, it can't do for some reason. The zombie Alpha Reaper Queen can do it though, so that guy is already superior to this one, even though it's not godlike or ancient or anything yet. Okay. So why can't you do it? And that night, with all of the remaining endless lucky variant goddess souls, I started the grind against endless jackpots for the Paragon Breakers to get each of these Alpha Reaper Queens to the fabled Paragon 100. Oh, we're almost there. Nice. Now with the endless gods on the agenda to get our teams to endless tier, I need to take on darkness twice more. And since these endless gods tend to push around our dinos, somehow, who are also immune to impulse, we gotta get them in a place where they won't really get moved around too much. 2 points. Okay. Come on. Close. There's only 2 more hits maybe. Still 2 more. 1 more now. Right. Oh, was wondering why it was missing all this time. And now we're stoned. Great. Right. Now it was time to face these land deities first. We need to face them 3 times because yes, if you face them 3 times to get the 6 souls, yes, you can actually fight the Endless with those land souls. You don't need a water team or a sky team. This one gone. Did that? Why do I feel like that was just unnecessarily difficult? Okay, well now... Okay. And guess what? I need to do that 2 more times. Right, that's one dead. Okay, yeah, so something is what it's doing. Okay. This thing is summoning things and that is caused. No, it could be the controller ability. Okay, fine. What?
I don't know.
That didn't happen before. Why must it happen now? Maybe the death counter there was right. So I decided to try this with a different strategy. What is that now? Oh, what's that? No, we gotta do that again. Oh no. I need to be away from that. I'll take that out first. Alright, that's one. Alright, now it's just you and me again for the next 62 hours. Now that I finally have those 6 deity souls, we can face off against the endless gods. But then I remembered that the Nightmare group variant stat multiplier is 16 instead of 8, which means this guy can be at least twice as good as the Alchemist. So I took the time to get this guy to the same level and tier and all the goodness, because I'm pretty sure with the Rage variant and the Nightmare variant, those endless gods are gonna make it night. It's been enough time for you. That doesn't do anything. But he can stun us. What kind of damage does he do? This is a basic sin, but there might be a chance where I might need to fight it alone because of all the nightmare-ness that it has. Got no idea what is happening. Psychosis, okay. Yeah. And with the soul of the Nightmare group god and of Sin, our boy here, or girl, has become an ancient nightmare. This... That's disgusting stats, man.
Oh yes.
Big chance most, if not everything here is going to die. Maybe except for this. Endless gods. Wait. Oh, come on, what do you want? The souls are still there, okay. Alright. Expected. Are the Polovias even alive? Because I'll be surprised if they are. One is dead. You're the one with the sin stats. And now we're frozen. Hey. Ooh. What? Oh, it's stunning us. That's what's going on. Wow. Nah. Because It's mythical. That's why. Are you even like hitting it? Can I hit you from here? I could. Look at the range. Well, I'm surprised that some of the things there are still alive, actually. Yeah, all of the pullovers are still on the ground, it seems. Oh, we're stoned. That's what's going on. Right, come on. Frozen this time. I'm not pressing that E again. Oh. Well. What's that? With the endless gods taken down for the first of many times, the ancient nightmare became an endless nightmare, and the ancient indestructible became an endless indestructible. Now I wanted to fight perfect darkness to get that soul to feed to the disruptor manticore to make it a darkness manticore. But I need to face the endless gods again, so it is time. Oh yeah. Being loaded by a siren, nice. As long as I don't like get dismounted or anything, I think we would be good. The amount of stuff that actually happens during this fight, it actually is insane. Right, so what I wanted to do was put some tech canteens in here. Something I completely forgot to do. I'm in a tornado now. So God of Destruction, health. Wow, we killed that one first. Okay. I somehow killed the harder one first. Okay. No problem. Don't even know where it is though. Oh. No, that's not it. This is the ethereal one. And it's gone. Right, nice. Now in order to face perfect darkness, I need a jackpot soul, and preferably a basic one because I have no idea what this guy is about. Alright, probably should be able to take this one without having to need the disruption. Is that not close enough? Okay. It just consumes the lucky god soul alone so we don't lose those souls. Okay. Okay, I don't know what this guy does, but hey. Gonna find out in less than 10 seconds now.
Oh my god! Okay, it's happening! Everybody stay calm!
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm!
Wait.
Everybody calm down!
I need to be on this because it doesn't have a thing. That is health. It doesn't have anything I can do to up or to us, right? Because I... Oh, okay. We're good then. Don't know where he is though. Can't do anything right now, it seems. How are you moving? Because you need more than one infinity potion to not be moving. Could you stop? Please. No. It's more than one infinity stone you need to stop moving. So much for infinity. Right. This guy has insane dodge chance, yo. Okay, fine. Yeah, so a thing about Perfect Darkness, here's what it's got. It's got Cursed, which is a 50% dodge chance and damage reduction. Armored, which is a dynamic damage reduction. Element, which is another 90% damage reduction. So now it just takes like what? 5% damage? Oh, right, don't forget, it's got Lucky as well, which is a 90% dodge chance on top of the 50%, so it only takes 5% of the attacks. And it has 90% damage reduction on top of the already 95% damage reduction. So let me tell you what this guy does. Big damage, takes hits 5% of the time, and when he does take a hit, he only takes 0.5% of the damage. Yeah, this guy has about 33 centrillion health. Yeah, seems perfect if you ask me. Look at the little damage that it takes. What? I mean, I'm getting to do damage, but... And I can't curse you either. This option doesn't work on it. Ah, that is madness. And now it's possessing something. If it wasn't for the dodge chance though, yeah. Element Lucky, yeah. Element Lucky and Curse, yeah. You are right. And it decreases even, and it increases even more towards 100% because of Armored. As you can see, we're doing 18 million now. When we started this, we were doing 100 and something million. The Titanosaurus is still alive. How are you still alive? Okay, we're at full health. 13 million now, it's decreasing even more. Imagine a higher tier of this. So get the potion going. So when it hits us with that antimatter, we will get the health back. Oh. Well, I gotta say, that took way longer than I expected it to. I'm just glad that there aren't higher tiers of this guy. But hey, for all that trouble, I finally get a Darkness Manticore. Then late that night, I turned my attention to any Sonoma Corps on the map, because their unique saddle gives them the potion variant and allows them to feed potions while mounted on the shoulder. But in order for him to even feed those potions and be of the potion variant, we need to fight this saddle god, and I'll tell you right now, this guy took ages to take down. Mostly because it's the Sonoma Corps fighting it off, and you know, they were hitting each other once every 5 hours. It was so bad I needed to use a mythical Palovia's Siren ability to speed it up by just 4%. It is literally stuck right there. Could you hit it just once? Finally. It gains potion. That is one of the things that we want. But with knowledge of certain unique saddles not working, a bit of a test run was needed. And it turns out that it does work, which is nice, for once. And I've never tamed a Sonoma Corps before, even in standard ARK, so finding out that I can actually access its inventory while it's shoulder mounted is actually a godsend for me, which means I don't need to dismount him or toss him around the map just to put potions in his inventory. I could just do it like this, which is really nice. Because it makes this guy so much better than a potion compy. Also because you don't need an actual potion compy for the potionness to actually happen. You just need any Sonoma Corps. because the saddle is what gives it the potion variant. The next day it was all about that Disruptor Manticore becoming a Endless Darkness Manticore. And we don't fight basic or even Omega utility gods anymore and bosses, we fight the Endless ones. And with those cursed saddle armors from back in the days of Galactus, these guys were a bit of a cakewalk. I summoned in over 60 endless ethereal bosses, and guess what? Not a single darn one of those was a disruptor. So I had to go back to base for one of those disruptor souls from back in the day, and then come back to summon in that one endless boss. Yep. We gotta wait that disruption. Yep, that's what we needed to do. And then to take on all 61 endless ethereal gods just for that one disruptor soul. Why? Because I said so. That's why. Also because all that god essence might come in handy later when it's time to fight the top dog. Nice. Right. Oh wait, because you're a nightmare, you can walk right through other dinos. Is that what's going on here? It looks to be the case. Okay. Now that I have that Disruptor God Soul, that Omega Manticore can become godlike. But we still need to make it ancient and then endless, which means we need to fight infinity. And we ain't fighting basic infinity. We're fighting endless infinity, which is a bit redundant, don't you think? Uh-huh. Right. Where might you be? That did not work, I'm sure. Nope, it didn't. God damn it. What? Yeah, that's not gonna work. Right, how about that? God damn! God damn. Right. And now to face our first endless unique group god. Need to use this now. Give me this back. Nope, 1 billion health, okay. Should be able to damage you with this though. Should be able to because I am a farmer now. Somehow the saddle is still causing those steel projectiles to be that. Not too sure why. Yeah, not too sure why. That's definitely not normal. I can still hit it for big damage once if I ever get 410 billion because of his stalker ability. Okay. That is the highest damage number we've seen so far. And with all that hotness, this Disruptor Manticore has become one with the Endless. Endless disrupt the Manticore. And then our first Darkness Dino has arrived. Ooh, it actually gains more. Alright, yeah, it would gain more because ethereal is what it was. Right. Ooh, that looks nice. This looks nice. Wish the Manticore was a bit bigger though. Then the usual upgrades and paragons and levels, or just paragons and levels because we already did all of the upgrades. How much damage do you even hit for? After seeing 109 billion damage just like that, someone brought up about a bit of a topic. It's called Mythical Murky with its unique saddle and 36 pygmy or mythical dinos. I'm like, alright, well, sure, no problem, let's get it. And then, when it's time, we will launch it headfirst against Endless Sin and see if it survives. If it does, we know it's good.
But why? Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
So I spent a bunch of time today getting a mythical variant Super Turkey and an opposite gendered mythical variant Mantis. Console for a Scorpion. Just so you know, Murkies cannot use unique weapons anymore, which is, possibly a good thing. Or maybe not. Who knows? One day we'll find out. So maybe the best thing to use for this guy might be that resource tool if we're gonna fight something of resource. And, well, something else for everything else. Also, the mid-game and late-game weapons don't work either. It has to be a standard version of one of the early-game weapons. Today begins a bit of a grind for those Paragon Breakers again. I need 50 Paragon Breakers for the Nightmare Alpha Reaper Queen, which still does not have a name, the Darkness Manticore, and for that Vampire Dragon when I get it to Endless Tier and decide to start Paragoning it. And I also need to get that Dragon Paragon Soul as well. And, more breakers for everybody else that don't have 100 Paragons yet. Including that Featherlight, which I still did not tear up yet, and will get to one day. Don't you worry. Because Burning Light needs to become a superstar. Now you should be close enough, right? Right. Get closer. Close enough for Element Sickness, so that's good. Do you have two different abilities or not? Just one, okay. Do it for Element Sickness. I want to see how fast we're gonna do this. I can't do the disruption. I need to press it multiple times. Okay. I need to press it multiple times. Yeah, so it turns out that using a Darkness Dino for the sole purpose of disruption is an absolute worthless use of a Darkness Dino. And it's a good thing I learned that. The only problem is I have a giant goblin here and I can't really get rid of it now. How did it lose all that health? Right, this is not how this was meant to go. Don't even know if he yeah, I need to use a normal disruption dino. Okay. Because it's using all of those different abilities separately and now I don't know which one is which now when I do this. See? Yeah, okay, so I can't use this this darkness. Nope. No. Okay, yeah. Forget that then. This is without element sickness. Look at the damage we're doing. Okay, yeah. So the Darkness Manticore can't be here. At least not for disruption purposes.
Well, duh.
So, take 2 with an actual disruptor. Right. Okay.
Now that's a lot of damage!
That's what I wanted to try. That's exactly what I was trying to do this whole time. So naturally I would spend the rest of the night farming this annoying goblin because, I need those Paragon Breakers and this fight is not really something I like to see. The next day I fought prime bosses and gods from each of the variant groups, and then the group gods, so that we can then take on all of the prime unique group gods, because I want to see if we can face a prime Zodiac.
You serious?
God damn. Ooh, it prevents them from taking more damage than the full health that they have. Ah. Oh, one thing I should have probably mentioned, the Nightmare Alpha Reaper Queen is now Paragon 100. Yeah, I forgot to show that. But for those of you who want to know, these are her stats. What kind of damage are you able to do? Oh wow, never mind. Never mind, never mind. Psychost. And you're dead. Okay, cool. And go with Nightmare. Yeah, come on. I wanna know what you can do. So fighting Sin with a Nightmare creature might actually be the way to go, because he's like missing half of his attacks. And seems to do less damage too. Uh-huh. We're still good. How am I healing? Vampire. Okay. Well, I'm confident we can take on Omega Sin now, at least. And now to put in all of the prime unique group god trophies to summon in prime Zodiac. All of these are prime trophies. So there's no higher tiers to normal Zodiac. Yeah. Yeah. There's no higher tier to Zodiac. Fine. So now I had to spend a bunch of my time fighting a basic Zodiac, unfortunately. Okay. Right, elemental. Right. Yeah, this is just a normal Zodiac, man. Can you use the best attack, please? And he's gone. Okay. Yeah, it's basic Zodiac. Well then, there's only one thing we haven't fought yet, as far as I know, and that is perfect Zodiac. Because we kinda absolutely got completely destroyed. So hopefully that doesn't happen this time. It's doing damage to us. When I was here with the Triceratid, oh, now we're taking Torpor. Can't seem to hit you. Because why? No, for real, why am I completely unable to hit you? Should have added the tech canteens. Where's my Torpor? Ah, we're not getting touched yet. Big dodge chance. Uh-huh. It's gonna heal all that back up because of mythical. Am I frozen? Frozen be us. Okay, I wanna try something. When are we stoned or frozen? So we can move. Okay, I'm gonna drop this. Go far away where it will only use its sword. It will start to use its sword at some point. Right, okay. How much easier is it going to be from this distance? Ooh, it can summon the singularity directly on us. Okay. From here. Perfect Zodiac's dead. Well, that was quite a battle. It only took like about 400 years. But hey, Perfect Zodiac is down and I have myself a Perfect Zodiac Soul. The problem is that if I use that Perfect Zodiac Soul on any of the group variants or unique group variants that I have, it'll turn it into the Zodiac variant. The Zodiac variant is uncontrollable. I don't like that. So this Perfect Zodiac Soul is useless to me. But hey, it's a Perfect Zodiac Soul. I'll still hold on to it though. I spent the rest of the next day at base doing pretty much not much actually. I just tested a few things with damage here and there. And I saw exactly what lethal could do. The only problem is its activation chance is ass. What about this? Ooh. Woo! That's damage. Day 74 was a good day for Burning Light, our fabled featherlight from back in the day. Because today, with all these Paragon levels and the bosses all over the place, it is time to get this dude to Endless tier. All I'm missing is a Supernova God Soul and the Cosmic Group God Soul, and Burning Light herself requested that we fight them together on at least Omega tier. But first, we are missing her unique saddle, so we fought the Saddle God together first. It had to be self-destructive. Look at that damage it just did! And thanks to that self-destruction, I learned something that if I didn't experience this, I probably would have never known. Do I have you set to like a very low percentage or something? No, so why is it not working? I had to unequip the saddle. Okay, when you log out and relog, you need to re-equip the saddle. That's quite a standard Omega problem, of course. So, yeah, if you didn't know that, yeah, well, now you know. Fully saddled and ready to take on the Omega level threats, we rushed headfirst into action. Well, he handled that kind of like a champ. Yeah, maybe this was not a great idea. Yeah, okay, yeah, no. That's 2. Maybe 3. Got no idea now. That is probably all of them. Well, we survived. Guess Burning Light is a champ. From those 7 gods, one was Supernova, so Burning Light became a god. Or at least that's what she would like to think. But in order to make it apocalyptic, we need to face that Omega cosmic goop god first, because we need to turn it into a cosmic in order to make it apocalyptic. And if it's going up against an Omega level cosmic goop god, it might need to be endless first. So, Burning Light became one with the Endless, surpassing her godlike status and can't possibly be more ready to take on that Omega cosmic goop god. Hey, it's time.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the
Everybody
procedure,
stay calm.
everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm.
Wait.
Everybody just calm down.
Oh, it is here. God damn!
Now that's a lot of damage!
Millions of damage. Well, can't move, can't do a single damn thing now. Well, we could survive that damage, it seems. $2.1 bill, that's not bad at all, man. What the damage we take? Is the ultimate health potion enough to survive? It barely keeps us alive. Okay. We actually need to use the others. Okay. There we go. There we go. And then Burning Light became an apocalyptic featherlight of the Endless. There is no higher form of existence for her. Well, except the missing 50 power guns, that is. Then I continued the power gun breaker grind again because, you know, I still don't have enough. That power gun breaker farm went all the way on until day 179, where I fought 3 more Zodiacs. Yes, for their Zodiac souls to make some teams into unique groups, such as the Dragon, which I still did not get that power gun soul for. And yes, it took me this long to realize that the Darkness Manticore could fight Zodiac without even having to switch between variants, since it has a variant from every group. One of the dinos that I wanted to unique groupify, yes, that's a word now, it's a term now, here, I coined it, was Aurora, who, if you can't remember, is our Guardian Alpha Fire Wyvern, and is now an indestructible. And for those of you who are telling me that the Featherlight's missing 50 power guns, well, here they are. All we need are the breakers, which I was in the process of getting. And now I have a maxified Featherlight. Nice! Then I turned my attention to the Sonoma Corpse that I've been using as a potion variant with its unique saddle. I wanted to make this guy endless so that he could hopefully feed us those sweet, sweet godlike potions. So I headed back to the Boston floor to get those souls to tear up the Sonoma Corpse. So I stepped it up a notch and gave Burning Light here some time to shine. $6 billion damage, okay. Big chance I did not get all those souls. I did. Nice. This is as strong as this satellite could be, aside from giving it the Zodiac variant, which I'm not going to. Oh, he hits. Right. Okay. Come a little closer. Right. Oh, how do we hit it now? 33 billion. Wow. Right, with that alchemy, soul, I could turn this cinema crops into an ancient. And now to fight the endless once more to get the cinema crops to that tier. God damn! And we're being lured by a siren. Right. And now that the Sonoma Crops is endless tier, we gotta verify that it can actually feed those godlike potions, right? So let's do that. Carry another set. I'm not sure why I'm crafting this much potions, but you know, better to have more than not. Just to make sure that this is working. Maybe it's not. What?
What?
Endless tier can feed godlike potions.
I have several questions.
So in order for an endless tier dino with a potion variant to be able to feed godlike potions, it needs to actually have that potion variant as its original variant. So this Sonoma Crops, being a water burst Sonoma Crops, can't actually feed the godlike potions even though it has the potion variant and is endless tier. And the reason for that is because its actual variant is a water burst, which is stupid. But hey ho, we will find an endless potion at some point, an endless potion variant that is also a Sonoma Crops of some sort. Because as you can see here, the Endless Darkness Manticore, which has a potion variant as its original variant, can actually feed itself the godlike potion. So at least now we know that nothing is broken. It's just not working as it should. Now that we've sorted all of that and learned that a new potion dino is required, or at least wanted, I turned my attention to facing the other endless unique group pods. Wait. Not you. Oh, it's gone. Okay, wow, okay. Do that to get rid of all of the minions. God damn. What is that? Shields. That's what I'm talking about. Right. Now it has no health. It's gonna essentially give itself a lot of health back. Oh no. It's a dragon. Don't know what kind of dragon that is though. Endless Metal God. Yeah, there we go. With Endless Anima down, as well as Endless Infinity, there's just 4 more left to go. And with the newly acquired Anima Soul and the other Endless God Soul, the godlike Palovias that you've been seeing all over the place are now going to be Endless Tier Palovias for even more healing, which is probably not really necessary, but hey ho, it works, it rhymes. Actually, it doesn't rhyme, but it works. And that's all that matters, I think.
I don't understand what you've just said.
Then I headed back to take on the Endless Nature bosses and their gods, as well as the Endless Cosmic bosses and their gods to face those group gods, because we have an Endless Apocalypse to take down. Oh, still not even touched, mate. Oh, we probably don't even have to do anything. The mythicals are keeping this guy healed up. Yeah, he ain't even getting touched. We are just dodging almost every attack during the day as the Reaper. I like that damage. And that's 1 of 2. Yep. You can ground it? Damn! It's gonna get back up though. Okay, well I guess I'm doing that this way then. To be close enough where I'm getting everything. Yep. There it is. Get out of here, Thorny Dragon. It became a minion because of zombie. It becomes an endless zombie with half of the power guns. What? Now that I've learned that the Nightmare Reaper could spread zombie viruses like no tomorrow and plague the entire land and zombify the entire population, I kinda wanted to do that because, you know, there's no reason not to. How about on you? Right. Go on and attack that. Let me see what kind of damage you could do. Yeah, 362. 12 million. That's one way to cause a lot of damage without having to do anything. Yes. Run! And they all become our very own outbreak. And I come back only to see our bodies getting destroyed by more minion pygmy griffins. Where do those guys keep coming from?
I don't know.
And now to face Endless Apocalypse. Let's see how he holds up. Oh, he's getting tickled. That is health on you, Apocalypse. Look at how fast it heals that damage. If I dismount, I'm gonna start getting targeted. It definitely takes more damage. Let's get those curses back. Triple curses. And wow.
Now that's a lot of damage!
Well, there he goes. It's a bit of a painful process being torn through dimensions. Seems to be enjoying it though. And see, there he goes. And now to face the Resource God and the Guardian God, because Endless Indestructors is nigh. And if you're wondering why you're not gonna see the bosses and the variant gods, it's because they are kinda mid now, or low tier now, compared to our greatness at this point. But if you wanna see them, you can check out the streams. I'm sure you can find some of them somewhere on the channel. It's, you know, right over there. See how good you hold up. Oh, you ain't really doing much. I mean, it's not bad. This guy's gonna be very tanky. I can see it already. Yeah. Okay, so melee attacks ain't gonna work on this dude.
Well, duh.
Okay, forget that. Can't move. I have no idea where you are now. How? Why? Sure, it's gonna get destroyed here. Oh! That did get it out of the ground. Yeah, 2.1 billion, but this will do full damage. No, it does half damage because of reflection. Okay. You are dodging literally all of those. Okay. Wow. Damn. A bit more tanky than I thought it was going to be. And why is the bubble gone?
I don't know.
And now to face Endless Indestructors. So this guy has like what, 10 times that health really? So this controller could be a bit of a issue. Right? Collective. So I'm probably gonna get absolutely obliterated here. Too far. Okay. Collective. Stop. We're taking billions of damage because of that reflection. Collective. Expected. Come on, we can get it now. Please? It's all gone. Yeah. So yeah, Indestructors could force aggression on your tank with the controller ability, I think it is, and cause disasters like that. After taking down all of the Endless prerequisites for this battle, Endless Alchemy is now here. Let's just go overboard with it. Oh, come on. It's pushing me away. It's constantly pushing me away. And well, all jokes aside with the one-shottedness, I think everybody's here to really see this one, the big one. So, let's go. But first, because of what levels of damage this guy might cause, we must start this at Omega tier. Because I have no idea what this guy is gonna do at Endless level. So let's start at Omega tier. Yep, bubble is gone. I'm like super certain it's gone. It can still push us. I'm surprised that the Polovias are all still down there. Interesting. That is kind of interesting, by the way. Did not expect that. 2.3 billion damage. I kind of want to see like what's the highest damage number we can get hit with. Do you have an idea of what the higher tiers did for? 2.3 is the highest we saw so far. Bobble is back up. It's gone now. He's getting hit for that much damage. That's reflection damage. 87 billion. Ah! That was 87 billion. That was 87. 49 now. 49 again. I am super surprised that all of the Polovias are still underground. He's still at full health because of the Polovias. He is still at full health because of the Polovias. Oh no, he's chasing me now. Okay, yeah. 7 billion. Huh? Okay, cool. Yeah, with that I think we could move up a tier, right? Yeah, let's do it. The Endless Lucky God still has more health than that. No problem. Okay, it's just you and me, pal. I guess that shield protects the rest of them. $3.4 billion. 5.5. Nothing? Fine. I expected to see like a 99 somewhere, but I'm not really getting to. So no big boy number. 78 billion. Ooh. All of the dodges are insane with the nightmare though. Well then, I think we might as well go all the way to Endless and just call it a day, right? Yeah, because, you know, there's a little bit of insanity involved. Right then, there's no turning back now. That's Endless Sin. It's happening.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the
Everybody
procedure,
stay calm.
everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm!
Wait.
Everybody just calm down!
I want to see what damage it's going to do on you. That's what I want to see. It's going to go far away. And I want to see what damage it's going to do on you. Endless Sin is here. I'm still surprised that the Poluvias are there. Ooh, 107 billion. That's got to be 2 lethal hits. Not lethal. Rampage with knockback and all that goodness. The Poluvias are keeping it healed. I literally don't have to do anything. Unless it's like healing. Not really. Look at those stats! Ah, that's disgusting. 192 trillion health. Yeah. Ooh, it's taking some big damage though. Yeah, we can just sit back and watch this.
But why?
Oh, 174. I stay here. How are you? You're still good. If I attack you from here now though, will you like start chasing me? No. It doesn't. Okay. Yeah, I could just stay right here. I guess that's one way to create a distraction. 188 billion. Okay, that's not the highest I see. How are you? Yeah, you're still at full health. Okay. Ooh, 1.7 trillion. 1.7 trillion damage. That was almost 10. That was. What? 3 trillion. What? What? That was 3 trillion damage. Yeah, if it wasn't for those Poluvias, I'm pretty sure the guy would have died like long time. That is big damage though. Even for an indestructible to be taking.
No, 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 no.
No. Psychosis. This could be over. A psychosis. That's like 5.8 trillion damage. What? Okay, so if we get hit twice from it, then we die. Okay. Cinemakot, get here now, please. Since when were you dropped? How did you get dropped? If I like dismount, it's gonna like be over. I'm pretty sure. Let me just like go far away. Since when were you dropped, my dude? 5.8 trillion damage though? Like, what the hell? That is madness. Oh. Yeah, after seeing that 5.8 trillion damage, yeah, I don't want to be close to that. 5.8 trillion damage. Like, what the hell? Imagine if that was my perfect Zodiac. That would have been even worse. Now that stupid shield is up and I can't do anything about it. Well, I guess the guy is just gonna be a bit of a wall for us then, I guess. Dude, still at full health. 5 trillion. No. Okay. But 6 trillion damage though? Really? So, just to point out something, the real MVPs of this battle were those endless Palovias. They're the only reason I was actually able to beat that. Just so you know, all of today I spent trying to get a Vampire God soul, and regardless of the tier of the Vampire God, it's just not dropping a soul. So if you ever see me tear up that Omega Vampire Dragon, I gave myself the God Soul to get it done, because even from the endless Vampire Gods I can't get the soul. I spent the rest of the next day getting all the stuff back, yes, to face another endless sin. We have to be able to take it on mano y mano. That does not mean on foot, just so you know. It means a 1v1, kind of. A few developments had occurred between yesterday and today, on a different world of course. I got myself some legendary saddles. So I brought it over here to test it out, of course. What else would I have done with them? And I also got this imbue on a flame tiara, so maybe with this we could face off against endless sin. And these are the saddles that I talked about that we're gonna be testing out. These are the two that I got. The one for the Onyx, which took a godforsaken amount of time, and yes, the one for the Mega Newer. I don't have a Mega Newer though, so we kinda need to go find one. And if possible, if we could find a good bat as well. That's the two. And because these are the only two that I do have and want to kind of put it back on that map, I will put them in here to let that happen. So I can keep it here and have it there as well. There are other normal ones around. Okay. Oh, right. So nice. Just need to tear this up now, and that's if I even have a soul for it. So with all the Paragon souls and breakers, as well as all the god type souls that were required to tear up the big boy, or small boy, who will become a big boy at some point with the legendary saddle, is being done.
I don't understand what you've just said.
But I don't have an endless soul to make it endless tier, so I needed to get one. Skip please. Now I got minions. Oh, why? Oh, why? 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 That didn't happen the 10 other times I fought it. Why did it happen now? So many minions. Yeah, definitely a wrong button. Absolutely. Definitely. Let's see. This should make it uncontrollable. Right? Is it going to fly around? Okay. Also, it is not. Surprising. Is it because of the legendary saddle? Right. Okay. So it actually removes uncontrollable from it. Big problem. I probably won't get to put this back on now. Yeah. Look, it stops. So then uncontrollable becomes completely controllable, but you still can't change it to passive though. It still is aggressive, but it will no longer wander around, it seems. But when it's made a Zodiac variant, it becomes completely uncontrollable and it doesn't stop at all. So, it's a good thing I had saved a copy of it before. So, Zodiac Mega Newer, yeah, it's not happening. So, the dude's minigun is an absolute unit. It drains stamina incredibly fast though. And the big question, why is it not called a maxi gun? Even with all stamina potions active at the same time, the stamina still drains. I tried to test the dude out against an Omega Sin, but it just seemed extremely inconsistent. So, that test did not happen, and instead I tried a new test. I might actually need to use all of the other potions instead of the godlike ones. What? No! The thing! The cinema corpse is... yeah, that cinema corpse is gonna get me killed. Hold on. 5 seconds. Okay. That was close. That was close. So I think the sinful Mega Newer passed his test. The next day was a bunch of power gun grinding again for the breakers, because I already used the 100 breakers I had and need a bunch more so that when I get the bat, it can become power gun 100. And also, while I was flying around the map looking for a few random dodos to take out, I saw some random stuff. It turns out it's godlike minions from some random god battle from ages ago, and I don't know how they ended up there, but they did, and they tormented me. What is those? Those are the minions. I am certain these are the minions. Yeah, they are the minions. What? Why? More minions, oh yes. Then early the next morning, I got myself a nightmare variant bat. But we ain't stopping there. No, didn't even need the potion, okay. Then all the usual stuff for tearing it up, and then I spent the rest of the time today battling lucky gods for the breakers. I gotta say, I'm only now realizing how insanely damaging the legendary Hades torch actually is. Then I ended up in a bit of a conundrum today. I lost some of the trophies that were in one of the altars that I used to summon the Zodiacs, and I can't seem to find the trophies anymore. I spent all day trying to find out what I did with them, and I can't for the life of me find out what happened. So, the next day I took all of those endless trophies I had beautifully placed there to show off my dominance in this realm, and used that to summon apparently a basic Zodiac. That's very disappointing. But a Zodiac soul is a Zodiac soul, and I need multiple of them. So I fought Zodiac 3 times today. Well, actually 3 times over the course of 3 days, because my dude here keeps skipping the days and all that goodness. So now I've teared up the bat, power gunned it, and leveled it up. This Indestructus Onyx with its legendary saddle, being a true blood god, is hitting for 24 billion freaking damage. As an indestructible, yo. Is there anything else that you would want? I think not. Now, while the Indestructus Onyx is the absolute best tank across all of ARK Omega at night, I wanted to see how good it is during the daytime. So yes, we fought endless bosses, gods, and a unique god as well. And while it has 95% damage reduction at night, which is what really makes it the best, during the daytime, instead of damage reduction, it takes 5 times more damage, which is like 100 times the damage that it would take at night. So yeah. What makes it good during the daytime though is the soul variant that the legendary saddle gives it, giving it essentially 10 times more health because of the 90% dodge chance. So I think it's time we test the dude against the big one. Endless Sin, of course. What did you think I mean? 250 million, 1 billion, 19 billion. If I start to see red text on the screen, I know things are dying. 29 billion on the back. Okay. So the 90% dodge chance meant that the bat could have only dodged a certain amount of roars and all that greatness from Endless Sin before it actually got affected. So now the 1v1 began or begins, doesn't really matter, and the 72% damage reduction on that Flame Tiara, yeah, is the only reason I was able to take this on. $800 billion was the highest I saw now. Pretty sure we can see twice that much. Didn't get it for 1.6 trillion yet. Kinda hoping that would happen. Look at how much the damage varies though. And after a really long battle and eternal night, the top dog was finally taken down. Again. In a 1v1 this time. And since I placed all of my endless trophies in that altar, I need new endless trophies to display back at the base. Look at how much health an endless supernova god has. Could you... oh. Because of the level. Yeah, okay. Don't you dare heal on me. Ah. Right, there we go. Oh, there's one, I guess. That'll work. Until collective happens. Nice. Not sure why it's being knocked back like that. That doesn't make any sense. After that endless Indestructus battle, I went to tame this tropical crystal wyvern to tear it all the way up to the beastie boy tier, endless tier. Got no idea what I just said. And so that we can fight the unique saddle god or just the saddle god, I think it's the same thing, to see if its water breath actually does apply curses. I knew it was a unique god because it has the unique variants. All that means is it's a ghost, and because I summoned it during the day, I need to wait till nighttime to actually fight it. So, yay me. Well, whoop-de-skiddly-doo. This here's another unique saddle that just ain't gonna work. I wonder what that's about. Well, since I lost all the cursed saddles I had from back in the day, I can't fight Infinity. And guess what? I only now realize, like multiple days after the entire recording and everything was done, I had a Darkness Manticore, which yes could have fought Infinity, but I clearly did not think of that. So here I am fighting gods on foot also inside of a bubble because I don't want to get caught in the crossfire. That has happened way too many times already. The reason I'm fighting these gods though is yes to get that player rank up. I told you I was going to climb those ranks and I ain't stop until I make it all the way to the top tier, ancient tier. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called now because, you know, there's no endless tier yet for the player. Whatever the reason behind that is, I got no idea. And seeing as though it's already day 200 and apparently for the life of me I can't have just 1% accuracy, I'm gonna have to end it here. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, be sure to let me know, rate, comment and subscribe if you haven't yet. And I'll catch you guys in the next one, whenever that's gonna be. And until then, have a good one. Also a quick question for all of you. You know when you have a really good friend, they would always insult you, you know, just randomly out of the blue. So here's a thing one of my friends told me. He said, next time I'm streaming, to put a bag over my head. Huh, I wonder what that's about.